submissive position under women in hopes of winning them over, without the female bringing anything back to the table.
Yeah, well, I know. I won't. Actually, we're going live, so I have to watch my words here. But I disagree with you. I disagree.
I think you're a simp. You're 100% simp.
No.
Oh, be nice to me.
And stop calling me those fake, made-up millennial words.
That's right.
It's highly annoying.
I agree.
I mean, there's like a couple definitions of simp.
You know, it's the funny thing. When I first...
Are we live?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
But it's on the starting soon. It's on the starting soon. The
Call
first
Guy.
time I've ever called Guy, he was so shy. He's like, "Hi, how are you? I love the Colorado Avalanche." And now he's here calling me every word in the dictionary left and right. That's not even in the dictionary. That's a made-up fucking word. Simp.
It's an Urban Dictionary.
That's funny.
Of
It's
course,
an
it's
Urban
an Urban
Dictionary.
Dictionary. All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
No, I got fucking.
So we're just
Die
talking
real
about the
quick.
coronavirus and
Yes.
hockey. And
All
stuff,
right.
Okay.
Coronavirus and hockey starting in 5,
Go.
4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna start with my intro, so everyone shut up. Oops.
But it's not Friday.
I don't care. This replaces Friday.
Then why not just have it Friday?
After a long week passing, you're just in the mood for crashing. Go, get that 2-minute minor for slashing, and come on down to the Sin Bin, your #1 location for hockey information. With Matt,
I saw a fucking Chinese kid review a toy that looks like a dildo, and he gets $10 million over it.
and Jake.
It's just what you do at your time. Some people do mediocre podcasts, and some people fucking shit on football fields.
So lock your wife in the closet, grab a room temperature beer, put your hand halfway down your boxer briefs, and blast your stereo for the greatest hockey show! This is the Sin Bin! Take it away, Matt!
Fear is all around us. Paranoia is everywhere. The world is engulfed in complete pandemonium. I don't even know what that last word means. But there is the coronavirus. The coronavirus, born in Wuhan, China, has made its way to the United States. The coronavirus has made its way into the NHL. And because of that, Gary Bettman has decided to suspend all hockey for an indefinite amount of time. This is the Sin Bin Hockey Podcast. What did you think of that intro?
Did it actually make it into the NHL? I don't think any players have gotten infected yet, have they?
You're right. Why do you ruin my good intro? Oh, but you're right.
I don't know. I was just saying, I was like, did I miss something?
As you guys can hear, I am here with Guy Boucher. He's going to be my co-host. How are you, Guy Boucher?
Oh, I'm fan-fucking-tastic.
Now, you say you're fantastic. You were telling me before how you had a sore throat. Is this something we should be worrying about?
No, it's called allergies. There's this thing called in America where we actually have 4 seasons, and right now we're in spring.
Well, there's also this thing called the coronavirus, and I think you have it. Now, I'm also here with a second co-host, a very special guest. It's this person's first time. Please introduce yourself. What did you say? What did I miss?
I said you're such a simp.
Okay, fuck off. Person, introduce yourself. I had a joke lined up. Go ahead.
I'm Terry.
This is Terry. And you guys might be able to notice. Let me make sure. This isn't a boy with a high-pitched voice. You are actually a woman. This is the first time We have a
I don't
woman on
have
our
a high
show.
pitched voice.
It is not. This is the first time we have a woman on our show. So here at the Sin Bin, we're all into gender and gender equality and genders and genders. So that's
And
good.
racial equality too. You know, we got like slim white people. We have fat white people on here. We have Arabics. We have everyone on here.
Now, if we move away from the slims and the not slims and the Arabics, it is true that Guy Bettman, he released a statement. He said, in light of ongoing developments resulting from the coronavirus, and after consulting with the medical experts and convening a conference call of the Board of Governor, the NHL is announcing today that it will pause the 2019-2020 season, beginning with tonight's games. Well, I guess that puts a fork in the road for the Canadiens' playoff hopes, officially. Mind you, Mark Bergevin probably thinks he still has a chance, but wow.
Yeah.
This is big. I have never witnessed this. In all of my years of watching hockey, which is maybe like 10 plus years, I have never ever witnessed something like this. I've seen shortened seasons because of a lockout. I've never seen it because of this. Terry, what do you think
I
about
think they
this?
waited too long. Like I think they should have done this a little bit sooner. And I think they should have closed the borders a little bit sooner.
You think okay, so despite not having any infected, you didn't want to take any precautions. You wanted to nip this in the ass. Go ahead.
Yeah, they should have, because everybody's just, people are, it's airborne. Like it's in the air. Like, I mean, and people are not taking responsibility for themselves either. So, I mean, it's crazy. Like people are still going traveling and people are coming to all over the bloody place. So how are you really going to get a handle on it?
I coming as an American, one thing I've noticed is really until yesterday, most people haven't really gave two shits about the coronavirus.
I still don't give a shit.
Yeah, I know you still don't, but
dude,
I mean, most people still don't. But I mean,
I beg to differ. There's a shortage on toilet paper.
Oh yeah, like dude, Guy, who the fuck are you to talk? You were the one telling me I went out and purchased all the toilet paper I could to protect myself against coronavirus. What virus is gonna come at you and you're gonna wave toilet paper at it? Don't say everyone's. You're the one freaking out the most, dude.
Just because I got my I'm not saying I'm not freaking out. I think it's a big problem. But
not really.
The reason why I got like 20 rolls of toilet paper is so I have some. So when the store runs out, I don't have to wipe my ass with my hand.
But isn't that overreacting?
Well, I don't want to wipe my ass with my hand. That's not saying I'm scared of the coronavirus. I'm just saying I want some fucking toilet paper.
Well, you would think that would be a staple that you already have in your home and would always have it. So, I mean, I don't see people going crazy on bottled water, canned goods.
I gotta say, I purchased a whole bunch of toilet paper rolls, but it's not because of the coronavirus. It's because they opened a new Applebee's in town. Joe says, hi there. He says,
Applebee's is shit.
I'm in the mood for slashing, and I actually got penalized for crashing. Now, how does that work? Nobody knows. What are you talking about? I'm in the mood for slashing, and I actually got penalized for crashing. I'm not too... Does anyone know what he's talking about? Slashing and crashing.
Lord.
Hey, Matt.
It's poetry, dude. It's called art. Do you not understand?
I don't.
Is that Joe Martin?
No. Is it Joe? No, it's just Joe, period. David, unless his last name is Martin and I never knew about it. David Arthur says, hey, Matt. Welcome, Terry. Hey, Guy Bouquet.
Hey, David.
Wolverine says, technically, the Habs didn't miss the playoffs this year. And that leads to a good point. The point of the playoffs. Because let's face it, what on earth is going to happen here? Because we got a bunch of teams, and I'm going to pull up the standings in a few moments here, They're in the fight for their lives. We're not talking about the Canadians here, who they suck diarrhea. We're not talking about the teams, and most notably, I'll show you guys the standings. Vancouver. Vancouver right now is in the third wild card spot. They have just as many points as the team that's in the second wild card spot, which is the Nashville Predators. They also have the same amount of games played. Now, I've heard the hypothesis that the NHL, they should close down momentarily and then resume and just start the playoffs like that. I
Yeah,
really wholehearted. Have you heard that, Guy?
that was an idea I've had. I mean, I have a feeling this coronavirus stuff's going to go through the summer.
It's going to go through the summer, so I don't think it's going to happen. But if they do decide to do that, I'm going to be extremely upset. I really don't think that's fair. For me, you either resume at 68 games played or whatever amount of games they played. You start on from that point. If not, you cancel the season. No one wins the cup. It's gone to you throw it down the toilet. That's what I think.
I think what should happen is if shit doesn't get better by July, which is still a long time away, I think they should just start the playoffs in July if that shit happens.
Now, as I open the blinds here to get some light in, I'm hearing from what I read when it comes to vaccinations to prevent coronavirus.
There's no vaccinations.
I know there's no vaccinations. Let me finish. It usually takes, from this point on, they're projecting it to take about a year. So this is another year of paranoia and people buying toilet paper that they're never going to use. How much toilet paper do you need? How fat is your ass, dude? You're not going to use that much toilet paper. Shazam's in the chat. He says, Wolverine, yes. What are they going to do for the drafting? Will they do a special draw? Games might be played on either July or August. You see, the drafting, that's something different for me. For me, the drafting, I can see them look at the standings, see what teams are in what positions, and they say, we'll do the lottery based on that. For me, that's a little bit more feasible, but in terms of the playoffs, I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't. Am I wrong here? Am I right? Any opinion?
Yeah, it's going to be different. Like, for hockey players, it makes a difference too, having the fans in the stand cheering you on.
And speaking of hockey players, he's not infected, but there has been one, how can I say this? Suspicion. Did you guys hear this?
That he's isolated himself
He's isolated himself. They're testing him.
Yeah.
He's
Yes.
had some symptoms that have gone away, but they're still testing him. Do you guys know which player I'm talking about?
I can't remember his
Is
name,
it
but
Connor
yes.
McDavid?
It's not Connor McDavid.
I'm joking. I don't know.
Alexander Radulov. Alexander Radulov is under suspicions for having coronavirus. I doubt he has it because I think his symptoms went away. But still, they're going to test him and they're going to see whether he's positive or not. But it's a good idea because this thing, it's really, what's the word? Pandemic? Pandemonium? Whatever the word is. This has reached the whole entire world. Whole entire, fucking Tom Hanks just got it.
And his wife, yeah.
And his wife.
But the thing is,
Yeah,
The
you think
thing is-
those guys would go out do you think those guys would go out of their ways and talk to plebeians? This shit is going to spread to everyone.
yeah, but the thing is, people are going crazy saying, politicians aren't doing thing. We need to, and there's no cure. They need to give them money to do something to help us. But you know what? People aren't helping themselves.
Exactly.
Like, take it for instance, the Catholic Church. They're refusing to buy Dixie cups. They're serving the wine, the communion wine, and everybody's still taking wine out of that same chalice.
Oh, I thought this was a joke. Trudeau's wife might have it.
Oh, yeah. That's
Oh man,
another thing
I
was-
heard that. I think Joe put it in the Discord. I thought he was joking. Fuck.
No.
Would you
Justin.
be sad if Trudeau died?
No comment.
Well,
No, that's a lie.
comment.
I wouldn't want anyone to die. Am I a fan of President Trudeau?
No.
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 I think he's what's the prince in The Little Mermaid? Eric. He kind of looks like Prince Eric, but dumber. I would not want him to get coronavirus. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I'm not
Well, you
that type
don't
of
wish
person.
death on anybody. Like, you know
No.
what I mean?
Would you wish it
So-
on him if you knew he survived after?
So, Matt, like I was talking earlier in the chat while you're like planning a whole live stream,
Right.
I said I was going to put on my tinfoil hat.
Yes.
So what my intellect is saying is that China purposely infected their own people with the coronavirus.
Ah, shut up. Listen, I listened to Joe Rogan's podcast. He had some infectious disease specialist. And this guy knows more than you, Guy. He absolutely knows more than you, and he says there's absolutely no evidence of that. So you can take that tinfoil hat and put it where the sun don't shine. Joe says
Yeah.
we might not have a cup champion for this season. That's just terrible. But it's the best. Don't want to take any risks.
What do you mean there's no evidence of that? What I'm saying is China infected their own people.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. I thought you were
Yeah,
trying to
they-
like go down the bioterrorism route.
In a way, I'm kind of believing that too. That because there's so many people, they're trying to send them out. But yeah, I mean, and it's like having it airborne. It's almost like the luck of the draw, whoever gets it. So it could be their family members. It could be, they can't just pinpoint who gets it.
Wolverine says Trudeau's wife might have it, maybe even him. Shazam says Trump should be quarantined. He's been in close contact with infected people. Ooh, that is scary. You saw his message yesterday to the nation?
Yeah.
His eye looked a little puffy. I don't know if that's a symptom of corona, but it might just be pink eye. Maybe he's getting up in Melania there, so who knows?
He got some spray tan in his eye, but
That's possible.
like I was saying,
Go ahead.
what I think what China's goal was is that they infected their own people, and so
So you are saying it's bioterrorism?
Yeah. I
Okay,
think it
no,
is.
then I was right. There's absolute no proof of that. What's your evidence?
Yeah.
There's no proof at all because China fucking hides everything.
No, exactly. So what evidence do you have of that claim?
But
What made you say that?
The reason that they would do that is because China, but right before the coronavirus got unleashed in early February, it kind of went official that Trump won the trade war against China. And so what happened was I think China unleashed the coronavirus on their own people so it could spread around the world.
But that's just weird.
So
Because
that
in
they
an
could-
act to get back at the US, you just killed a bunch of your own people. I don't believe in all these conspiracy theories.
China kills millions of their own people every year.
Well, that's true.
They don't really give two shits about their own people.
That's
That's
true. But I
they
still don't
only-
believe you sound exactly like my sister. And then my sister goes talk to my dad and he believes the same things. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. That's one thing about me. I don't think 9/11 is an inside job. I don't think you do.
I just think there's too many coincidences.
All right.
with this whole case.
Wolverine
Yeah.
says, "What's your thoughts on Rudy Gobert?" Because Joe, I'm trying to find the exact video. He posted it in the Discord. Which, by the way, if you guys want to join our Discord and take the conversation off air, the link is in the description. But what I'm talking about, there's this. Let's see. There's this basketball player. What's his name? Robert Goulet or whatever. What's his name? Someone help me.
I don't know. I don't give a shit about basketball.
Rudy Gobert. So
Yeah.
he sits down. He goes to the podium. He has an interview. Look what he goes and does. He touches every single microphone. He goes and he touches every single microphone. And he's suspected to have the virus. And he's trying to say, look at me. I'm not afraid. I'm not. He goes and touches every single microphone. So you're asking me for my thoughts on Rudy Gobert? I mean, I wish him well because he was diagnosed with coronavirus. again, I'll
But he
say,
was an idiot.
what is it?
I said, but he was being an idiot,
He's been
touching stuff,
exactly.
you know.
I wish him the best. I know he just got diagnosed, and like I said, I never want to see anyone die of anything, whether it be coronavirus, whether it be the influenza, whether it be diarrhea. I don't want to see anyone die from anything. But that is a massively stupid move. In an attempt
Yeah.
to be funny, or I don't even know if he was trying to be funny, he just went ahead and touched every single microphone.
Yeah. Well,
Arc.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people need to take responsibility, like, for themselves and their own actions. You know, with this pandemic that's going around, you know, that's why I was saying, like, how irresponsible is it for the Catholic Church to say, no, this is how we do things. We are refusing
Well,
to
listen,
do communion any other way.
because listen, I've been to church, and I gotta defend it here. I've been to church, and I went up to get communion. This is a true story. It was at a Catholic church. It was called St. Paul's. I went to go and get communion, and they made me drink from the chalice. And I refused to do so. And this was before coronavirus. I just didn't want to touch every old person's saliva. So you know what I did? I took the piece of bread and I left. I ate it without the wine. You can say the Catholic Church just don't drink from it. Like, they're stubborn in their ways. I get it. Doesn't mean you have to do it. Doesn't mean you have to put your mouth on it. So that's my 2 cents on it.
But that's the thing is that, okay, if that's, people still want to do the communion properly, but I'm saying is, you would think as a church they would want to do anything to help their parishioners be healthy and, you know, work alongside, like, the government and everything to help others, you know, and by them refusing to, you know, use, you know, plastic gloves while they're putting a wafer in someone's mouth.
I get exactly what you're saying, and I agree with you. But because having grown up religious and everything, I can tell you the wine is, for them, it's not just wine. That's the blood of Christ. And for them,
Yes.
it's a symbolic reason they refuse to put the blood of Christ in like a red pixie cup that drunken teenage college kids usually drink out of. So it's a symbolic thing. If you don't agree with it, just don't take communion that week. Like, I wouldn't take communion that week. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the thing is, it, you know, it's almost like, you know, them, I'm not really surprised because of them not wanting to cooperate in doing this, because, like, they didn't do anything to protect young children from being molested by their priests either.
Okay, well, now you're getting off topic. We're talking about a completely different scandal.
Yeah,
but I'm
but,
just explaining to you. They do not want to put wine in a what's the word? Pixie cup? Dixie cup?
Dixie.
They don't want to put the blood of Christ in a Dixie cup. It's not because they want to infect people. It's not because they want people to die. It's because of symbolic reason. This is the blood of Christ. And so that's the reason. If you disagree with it, and I'll tell you right off, in this type of environment with the coronavirus going on, I will not drink from it. I'll skip communion that week. But I'm not going to go and blame the church because I get their point. It's a symbolic thing. They don't want to put the blood of Christ.
But I think God would even understand under these circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
God would understand if you decide not to drink from it. That's how I view it.
That's what I would.
Let's see.
So can we talk about something?
What's your opinion
more
on this?
Interesting. Well, you know my fucking opinion on this. I want to go deep into this shit. I want to talk about how this is how fucking
Okay.
no one's handling this well.
Okay, listen. We'll get to that. Let me read a few comments.
We need to do the same. Okay, read your comment.
We're gonna get deep. We're gonna get deep here, and I do want to talk a little bit about hockey because it is a hockey podcast, not a priest's Dixie Cup podcast. RK says, "You know what goes along with the coronavirus, don't you? Lyme's disease, of course. Tudunch. It's actually funny, but I've heard it before. If 7 years stranded on an island and Saving Private Ryan didn't take Tom Hanks out, Corona don't stand a chance." Yeah, and you're forgetting his best movie of all, Toy Story. There's a snake in my boot, and now blood in my stool. I have coronavirus. Jordan Cannell says, Corona isn't bioterrorism. It's crowd control. He also says, thank you, Scotty2 Hockey. I don't know what for, but thank you. Shazam says, panic has already started in the supermarket. Lol. Just went to Maxi. It's let's see. Jake, he sent me a photo of like shelves and pharmacies from where he's from in New Jersey. Everything is empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what it means, but it's complete pandemonium.
Hey, you
That's
want?
how it was yesterday, last night when I went to Walmart. It was just ridiculously like
Can you
crazy.
can you look at that picture I sent you, Sinman?
Oh my god, what is it?
Just look at it.
What is that?
It's
does that
Shannon.
mean? What is
That's
that?
what he said. That's what he said in his video. That's such a okie dokie.
Did he actually say that?
Yeah.
Is it a meme now?
On the website I go to, it is. I mean, for where I get my hockey shit, it's kind of a meme.
Oh my god. Terry, since you couldn't see it, do you know what's his face? The hockey guy?
The hockey guy, yeah.
Do you know
Okay,
the
yeah.
hockey guy?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know the hockey guy, he's this hockey channel on YouTube, much bigger than me. I'll admit.
I call him the hockey dad because he's like his videos are like when you talk to your dad about hockey.
His videos are boring. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Anyway, he kind of looks like a real life Elmer Fudd. But anyway, he talks about hockey. He's very dad-like. Apparently, he was talking about the coronavirus. He said, the situation is no longer okie dokie.
Okie dokie, Lord.
The situation is no longer okie dokie. You put your left one out, you do the hokey pokey, they turn it all around. Joe says, everybody here is wearing gloves. Both of the pharmacies I go to, the pharmacists are all wearing gloves. Wow. That is... I went to the pharmacy yesterday. They didn't reach glove point yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets there. Wolverine says, wasn't Guy Boucher the guy that said he has coronavirus and says he plans on infecting everyone last stream? Yeah, you did say that. So why are you denying it now?
Denying what?
That you have coronavirus. It's allergies. It's nothing. I have allergies.
Because I don't want to go to jail. I mean, the plan's still
Jail.
going on. I'm just getting rid of the evidence.
Yeah, you realize
That's a
like
good place.
you realize like now if I sneeze, I'm gonna like crap my pants of fear that I have coronavirus.
Oh dear Lord.
But like I said a couple of podcasts ago, I'm not really worried about it because what did we say, GB? The death rate is 3.4%. I mean,
It depends. It depends on the country, but the average is around 3%.
it's around 3%, and I'm younger, so it's probably lower for me. So listen, I'm not a gambling man. I'm not, but 3%, I'll take those odds. Open Ice, Scotty, if you want to call in, you can hop on board. I think the internet connection's good enough. So you can hop on board, just go in the waiting room. Same for anyone else who wants to call in, join Discord, go in the waiting room. Scotty says, don't be hating on the okie dokie. A real man always okie dokies.
But
That's funny.
what
Open Ice,
what
go ahead.
what I was thinking about was the coronavirus
Go ahead.
is more like So I did the math the other night, and so if the death rate's 2%, I'm gonna be nice and say it's 2%. And if everyone in America or half the population of America gets infected, that's 3 million people that are dead.
Yeah.
So you got to realize too, like with the whole shit about everyone not giving a shit and everyone's just going to do what they do every day. That's not how it works. China knew this was a serious situation. You know what fucking China did? They welded their own citizens inside their own fucking houses.
Well, yeah, no,
like apartment rooms, they just fucking weld it shut.
I'm not trying to downplay it, okay? Like, I'm not like gonna go to every doorknob I see and start licking it. Like, no, but I feel like there's a happy medium. I'm not at the point where I'm buying
Yeah.
toilet paper left and right, and I'm not at the point where I'm just kissing everyone willy nilly. Like, I'm somewhere
Well,
in the middle. I think it is true, and I know you guys have probably heard this over and over again, but the flu virus kills more people than the coronavirus.
The death rate for coronavirus is higher than the flu.
Are you sure of that? Find me a source.
no, it wasn't. It was the food that killed a lot more people than the coronavirus so far.
More people died from the flu, but the death rate's a lot lower.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, let me look up the death
Okay,
rate.
look it up while I read some comments. I might be wrong, but I thought the flu would kill more people. Because if you're not in the US and you're like from fucking Bangladesh or something, and you don't take care of yourselves, you don't have some antivirals or anything like that, you could easily die from the flu.
Well, you could easily die from the fucking coronavirus too, if you don't have any of that shit.
But I will tell you something, and this I know for a fact. The younger you are, say a newborn baby, he gets the flu, he's fucked. He gets the coronavirus, he's going to piss it out the next morning. For some reason, the younger you are, it seems to affect us less and less and less. Open Ice says, hockey guy looks like Bruce Willis and Garth Brooks had a baby, and that baby grew up to be into a middle-aged man who let himself go. You know who he kind of looks like? Who's the coach that got fired by Calgary for like saying the N-word? Someone write it in the comments. That's who I always thought he looked like.
Yeah.
Peters? Bill Peters.
Yeah,
Bill Peters.
I'm terrible with names. But like I was saying, like for this virus, it's airborne.
Yeah.
So you could wash your hands, do anything, help, and you could still end up with it.
Yep.
It's just basically the luck of a draw, like if you're going to get it, you're going to get it.
That's right.
Jeeves,
go.
So, well, I did the math myself.
Oh, no, I don't trust that. Find an actual source.
It's been 9 million through 45 million illnesses since 2000. Like, but
give me a fucking rate, dude. You're my fucking lookup guy. I asked you to find a rate.
0.001
for the flu.
For influenza.
Worldwide?
No, in America.
And what's worldwide? I wanted worldwide. Look,
it was higher than that.
This is a pandemic.
So there's 12,000 to 61,000 deaths annually, and there's been 9 million through 45 million illnesses. So I did 45 million divided by 61,000.
Okay, first of all, I don't trust your bullshit
45 million divided, I don't know.
Flu, influenza.
There's the thing about influenza is there's a fucking cure for it. There's no cure. There's really no cure for it.
Not necessarily, though. You can get a flu vaccine and you can still get the flu.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's different strains of the flu.
Listen, the seasonal flu kills 291,000 to 646,000 people worldwide each year. So let me go on my calculator. 291. Where's the fucking divide button? 291 divided by 646. So that's 0.45. That's the rate. Now, what was the coronavirus?
3%.
Death rate worldwide. Oh, wait, no, I'm fucking it up. It kills 291 to 600 first. Oh, man, I'm fucking it up. That's not it. I need to find the number of people infected. Anyway, this isn't a math show. It's a hockey show. So
You're
let's...
the one that goes to fucking university.
Yeah, but I don't have some of the information. I need to know the amount of people who got it and didn't get infected. They only told me the amount who got it and died from it. Anyway. Let's see. GB actually is a zombie. Not a prediction. It's a fact. I know already. Are you a zombie, GB? You sure do talk like one.
No, I'm fucking dying on the inside. There's a difference.
That actually was really sad. I transfer patients. I'm surprised that the Health Science North in Sudbury, Ontario, Canada hasn't done anything. Canada has been hella relaxed. Yeah, probably because their prime minister has it. Wolverine says, I guess I won't be... Don't start rumors. He doesn't have... His wife... Does his wife have it? Do we know?
Tom Hanks.
No. Trudeau.
Oh, I don't know. I could look that up.
I'm not Canadian.
All right.
I don't know.
Look it up,
I don't
Terry,
give a shit.
please. I guess I won't be having school for the next 3 weeks. Here in Toronto, March break is... My university got extended. I don't think it applies to me because I didn't have a spring break to begin with, but every schools are being shut down. I mean, again, similarly to the NHL, not taking any risks, taking precautions. It's the same with the schools. Schools are a hotbed to spread viruses. And let's face it, on Earth, people are stupid. Did you hear about that guy in fucking New Hampshire? That guy...
yeah, Bernie Sanders is crazy.
No, not Bernie Sanders. There's this guy, the first guy to get it in New Hampshire. They told him to stay at home. They told him to quarantine himself. He knew he had the coronavirus. What did he do? He decides to go to a conference. He single-handedly infected a bunch of people who in their turn infected a bunch of people who infected a bunch of people who infected... It's an exponential amount of infections caused by one person. And that's why you can blame the Catholic Church, but it's the fucking people that are stupid. People get infected and they go to concerts the next day. Stay at home, stock up your fucking toilet paper, get your ramen, get whatever the hell you eat. I don't really care.
I got ramen. Yeah, I got 50 packs. You should tell the audience that too.
Okay, I found it, Matt.
Go ahead.
Trudeau self-isolating after wife Sophie develops fever, getting tested for coronavirus.
So she doesn't technically have it yet, but they're under suspicion.
Yeah.
Damn.
She
Do you find her sexy?
What are you fucking talking about? You're such a fucking simp.
What?
She's a very attractive lady. There. Can I finish this now?
Sorry.
She developed flu-like symptoms and got tested for the coronavirus. Yeah, so.
Wait, is this her? No, what's her name? It's Trudeau's
Jeff.
Jeff.
Sophie.
Not Justine. Sophie Trudeau. All right. Oh, she's cute.
She is.
I know all of my friends found her really hot. She's okay. She looks French Canadian. Anyway. Oh man, I would love to date a French Canadian. They're the most gorgeous girls ever.
Well, Canadian
girls
are cute and adorable and hot.
Listen. You and the Guy.
My name's Gary Bettman now.
Fuck off. Let me make one thing clear. I had you on the show to look up facts when I get brain farts. And I had you on the show to be my co-host and
You haven't asked
smile
me to
and
look
say
up
yes
any
to
facts.
everything. I asked you about the fucking death rate of the flu worldwide, and I'm yet to have it.
It's 0.1. It's 0.1.
That's in America. I want it worldwide.
No one gives a shit about the worldwide. Do you think Africans have
Dude,
doctors
I
that
give a
can
shit
measure
about
that
the
shit?
worldwide. I give a shit.
Math-
Canada is in worldwide. Canada
You
is
think-
under worldwide.
You think Africa can get has enough power to fucking look at what the death rate is of coronavirus?
I don't know what that means.
You think those people playing sticks can be like, oh, you have the coronavirus?
All right, you're crazy. Fucking smile and agree to everything I say instead of insulting me. Goddamn worst co-host of all time. Thank God I have Terry. Plus, I get to hear her nice, soothing voice. Wolverine says, I guess I won't be... that laugh. I guess I won't... Oh, I read that. Flu is 0.1. COVID is 3.5. 3 to 5. Is that worldwide or is that US? Because I want worldwide fucking numbers.
Okay, here we go.
Go ahead. I'm all into macro, baby. Macroeconomics. Macro epidemics. It's fun and dandy, US. But most of the people in the chat aren't even from the US. I want worldwide numbers. But that's also because the flu hasn't been around the flu's been around for decades, though. Okay, then give me the flu. Can either one of you, I would do it, but I don't want dead air. I want the fucking flu death rate worldwide in 2019. Can someone do that?
Yep, I'm doing that right now.
Wolverine says, what source did you read on that Radulov might have the virus? I'll show you right now. It's a site on Facebook, or I should say a page on Facebook called Complete Hockey News. And I'm going to pull it out for a second. Unless they pulled it down because it wasn't true. Here. Hold on. Let me close this. Boom. The Dallas Stars has requested a COVID-19 test kit for forward Alexander Radulov, per Jim Nill. Radulov was sick for at least 2 weeks, but is no longer showing symptoms. I know it's Facebook, but it's relatively a good source. So take it how you want. Matt's the type of guy to get both the virus and the flu, and I think he'll be able to get rid of it by taking a crap. Abso-fucking-lutely. Brah, I got the immunity system of a bull here. I'm not scared of no virus.
If you guys want some immunity health tips, eat elderberries.
Okay.
Those are pretty expensive.
Go ahead.
But elderberries boost the immune system.
Does it taste good?
They're like in little gummies. I mean, they're just like vitamin gummies, I guess.
Go ahead, Terry.
Okay, let's see. An outbreak of the coronavirus disease 2019 caused. Where in the hell is it now?
Go ahead.
There were 70.
Did we lose Terry?
Yeah, you lost me.
Are you alive? What since
I
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm just getting to the percentage here.
All right, we'll keep talking in the meantime.
Yes.
Jordan says, or Joe says, there's a guy here in Quebec who had the virus, and he rode both the bus and the metro. What an idiot. Now, God only knows how... Exactly. This is what I'm saying. It's not the Catholic Church. I get it. It's not the wisest thing to put it in the chalice. But you could always make the decision, hey, I'm not going to do that because I don't want corona. How are you going to prevent riding the bus? You don't know that the guy's infected. You think you're safe and sound. Same thing for the conference. You don't know that the guy's going to attend the conference. It's the fucking people that are stupid. Jordan Cannell says he should have taken a cab, Joe. Fun fact, we're not buying toilet paper because of the virus. It's because we know Matt is going to hog them once he's done eating. I do require a lot of toilet paper. I like to make sure I do an extensive job, that everything's nice and clean. And I do have a lot of dude wipes. Joe says, fun fact, or I just read that. Wolverine says, I take a shower every time I come home from school. That's actually really good practice. You must be a very hygienic guy. Fun fact, I don't use toilet paper. I take that back.
Okay, according to this, it was where'd it go? Right here. As of like February last year, from 43 states and territories had been or being tested for COVID. 3% had positive tests, 412, 86% had a negative test, and 11% test results are pending.
So what's the death rate?
I got this.
Okay, look, listen. I got this. I'm on the.
I got
Do
it.
they not want to tell us? Like
Yeah,
The
I'm
mortality
here.
rate's
All right, you
3.4.
start, GB.
The mortality rate of coronavirus is 3.4.
3.34 worldwide. Huh?
Yeah.
It's okay. Can you find the one for influenza? Worldwide, what's the death rate? I'm willing to put money worldwide. Influenza is higher. I'm willing to put money on this. You want to bet what? $10?
It was higher. I remember seeing
was
that,
higher.
but I don't.
It's what I'm telling you guys.
Like that's why I'm not so really worried about this coronavirus, because I seen it on Trump's posting. Like he showed how many people died, like from SARS, influenza, and all the other stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so
listen.
And it was higher than the coronavirus.
Listen, one of my teachers has a newborn daughter. He told me, and he's a doctor, he said, I'd much rather, if she were to have a disease, which we wish she doesn't have a disease and everything, but if she were to God, my voice. If she were to have a disease, he would prefer she has coronavirus than influenza, because he said influenza is much more deadly for her than the coronavirus. And I saw that tweet too by Trump, where he's trying to not undermine it. I think he's trying to just relieve some of the fear that's going on, where he said that the flu kills this and this and this much people every day, and the coronavirus kills this many people. It's the rate. I think that worldwide, I'm pretty sure the rate is higher for influenza. Did you find it, GB?
I'm looking up like the real numbers, and then I'm going to do the math myself, because I'm looking up the World Health Organization numbers.
GB's trying to do math.
So there's 250,000 to 500,000 all-cause of deaths globally. And so
how does that solve my problem? I want the death rate.
I'm just gonna go straight.
No, because you do the death rate by you fucking divide the people that died with the number of infection.
Okay, then do it.
That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. Asshole. Fucking
I should have just went there in the first place.
The liqueur says, what the fuck did you call me, Guy?
I called you a fucking asshole.
You're the asshole. The problem isn't that you might die. William liqueur says the problem isn't that you might die. The problem is that you might infect, for example, your grandparents, and they died. That is true. That's the one thing that I will say corona's more dangerous as compared to the influenza.
Yeah, because you could be the carrier.
You could be the carrier, and you don't even know it. The virus incubated, and you're not showing any symptoms. So during that time, you're not showing symptoms. You're going over to grandma. You're going over to grandpa. Maybe if you're into MILFs, you do what that thing is. And then those older people who are more prone to dying, they end up dying. So that's the one thing that does scare me about coronavirus. That is the one thing that I will admit. Joe, on the
So-
other
Yeah.
hand, he says, I'll get you in a second. He says, like, I'm not scared if I die, if I get the virus, but I might infect my parents and grandparents who have medical. That's true. That's absolutely true. So
0.05.
0.05 worldwide?
Yes. So there's 250,000 deaths every year from influenza.
Oh, hold on. Read me
and
the
there's
number.
5 million people that get infected with influenza every year. So it's 0.05.
How many,
250,000 divided by
how many
5
died
million.
from it? How many died from it?
250,000.
Okay. And how many did you say were infected?
5 million.
So 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0.05. So times 100. Ah, fuck. Times 100 is 5%. That's 5%. And we said coronavirus was 3%. 3 to 5%. So it's the same thing. Right? That's
Yeah.
right. If anything, it's the same thing. Okay? Maybe the influenza is a little bit higher. So there you go. Jordan Cannell says, not everyone who died was old, though, or had complications. William says, yes, but it's really rare. Okay, we talked about the disease ad nauseum. We got to say, how does this affect the NHL? Because, again, we're an NHL podcast, or at least I try to be. Because
Yeah.
for me, there was various fun moments in this year's NHL. Like I said, the whole Battle of Alberta, that's something for me that I really liked seeing. I really did. And also the Svechnikov goal and Pierre Maguire eating a hot dog. That's really fun for me. So the NHL released a statement. The NHLPA released a follow-up statement to that. They said the decision to temporarily suspend play due to the COVID-19 pandemic is an appropriate course of action at this time. The NHLPA will continue to closely monitor this dynamic situation. Dynamic, that's a weird adjective to put there. And remain in daily discussions with the league, our medical consultants, and our players regarding all aspects of this matter. The players are looking forward to the opportunity to resume play for fans everywhere. Terry, I'm going to throw this to you. If
Oh,
you're
Lord.
the GM, or not the GM, with what's the name? The commissioner.
Yeah.
You're the commissioner. You just suspended hockey. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
What's your next move? I got to hear this. What's your next move? Do you cancel the whole season? No hockey, no Stanley Cup. Let's continue next season.
No, I would say have it, but just have it televised. Like, I know it's not the same for fans or the hockey players, but you want to try and get a grip on this virus. So to keep for people's safety and player safety, they could still play, but keep the fans at bay and just televise it.
I like your accent. Keep the fans at bay. What type of accent is that?
I have no accent.
You do. Doesn't she have an accent, Gibi?
Y'all Canadians sound the same to me.
Who? Shut up.
And
But,
let's gang up on him. You Americans sound the same to me. Hi, do you want to go get some Starbucks? That's what y'all sound to me.
No, that sounds like an autistic person. But I'm glad that they suspended the fucking NHL. I am super fucking happy
Go ahead.
because
Why?
with the
Because your team
number
didn't make it.
no, because of fucking injuries we have.
I know
So,
we have a lot of injuries and that
Let me
stuff.
let me list off the injuries we have.
Well, that's a
Right.
selfish reason.
Nathan McKinnon,
Yeah.
Mikko
Big deal.
Rantanen,
Big deal.
Nazem Kadri,
Big deal.
Andre Burakovsky,
Big deal.
Colin Wilson,
Okay, that's a big
Philip
loss.
Philip Grubauer
Go ahead.
and Cale Makar just came back from injury last game.
You know
So
what? So you're happy
I'm,
that it canceled because your fucking pussy team can't stay healthy. That's what you're
but
telling me.
it's called the luck of the draw, bitch. When the
Luck of the draw?
when the playoffs come, our team is going to be fully healed and we're going to be dominating the NHL like we were at the beginning of the year.
So let me ask you, when do you think the playoffs are gonna come? When is it gonna happen?
I don't fucking know. Whenever the government decides to get their shit together and starts quarantining people.
Really? Would you
Yeah,
have the
because
playoffs in your backyard? Would you make a
right,
rink in
right,
your backyard and have the playoffs done there?
right now there needs to be a thing there's a big discussion debate going on between freedom and not like and totalitarianism, because how far should the government go into controlling the corona?
All right, that sounds boring, but William LaCour says the problem is that the NHL share locker rooms, shower, and arena with the NBA, and there is some NBA players that are infected. Exactly. I don't know if you were there for the beginning of the show, but what was his name? Robert Goulet or something like that. He was the first NBA player to get coronavirus, and yeah, they share the same stadiums. For example, the Kings share the stadium with the Lakers or the Clippers. I don't know. I don't follow basketball.
Yeah, but they can clean out and sterilize the shower areas.
Maybe, but there's still a chance that maybe it doesn't get cleaned out. Maybe there's that one strain that just stays on the bench, and then you fucking
Yeah.
sit on that bench and get coronavirus. William LaCour says suspend the draft. Imagine if it does the same like in 2005 and every team got a chance to get at first. Well, that would suck because for the past fucking month I've been clamoring for the Canadians to tank so they can get a high draft pick. So, I don't know. Wolverine says... Go ahead.
This really sucks though.
Yeah.
Like hockey and that. It's just,
Yeah, and I forgot to
Stanley
say,
Cup.
my life isn't that interesting. I know I'm surprising you when I say this, Terry, but it's not like I go out all the time and I have a bunch of things. Hockey was a good pastime for me. And now it's all gone. I feel like I just broke up with a girlfriend.
Canada has 5 seasons.
What's that?
Like spring, summer, winter, fall, hockey. What the hell's wrong with you?
I thought you were
what kind of Canadian are you?
I didn't know you were talking about the actual seasons. I thought it was like some fucking restaurant or something to meet girls. Wolverine
Good Lord.
Did you say
that's why you don't have one?
Did you say five seasons?
Yes. Haven't you ever heard that before?
What's the fucking 5 seasons?
Oh, Lord. Spring, summer,
winter, and fall.
Winter, fall, hockey.
Oh, okay. I missed the
Good Lord.
I'm a quarantine.
GB has coronavirus. Wolverine says, what about the 2 8-game losing streaks the Canadians had as fun moments this year? Just kidding. The only fun moment for me was the last Habs and Ottawa game and Drouin's hot start to the season. Yeah, too bad it only lasted like 30 games. I'll tell you what. It's been the discussion, and I know it's been a while since I put a Habs podcast. I'm gonna try to get on that. It's been a conversation amongst Habs fan. Should they go for the playoffs? Should they tank? I think it's become, they've accepted it, the fans, that they're not gonna make the playoffs. They should definitely tank. But it seems like Bergevin's always the opposite. So you gotta think, with the NHL being suspended, you got to think that now he realizes they don't have a chance. I hope so. Who knows? He might be telling them to still go on the ice, play against the wall. I don't know. I don't care. Reed Bisson.
Yeah.
He says, I can't believe this. I'm so scared. You know what? I'm not going to tell you to not be scared because then it would just be foolish. But I will tell you, I think that the media is making this much worse than it actually is. The NHL suspending, the NHL being suspended, the NBA being suspended, it's precautionary.
Yeah.
So be careful. Wash your hands consistently. If you're really scared, then I guess you can wear a face mask. But don't let it ruin your life. Don't let it get you too anxious. Read.
Yeah, like me, like everything, media always hypes it out of control.
Yeah. All right. We're getting to about that time. We've been here an hour. We've been here an hour. Did it feel like an
Already.
hour, or did you guys have fun? How did you think it went?
No, I think it went really well.
That was a very good
Where did
debut.
where did Guy go?
Where did Guy go?
Yeah.
Oh, he said he was gonna get quarantined. I guess that means he's leaving. Um, how dare he leaves without saying goodbye?
I know
Anyway,
you're rude.
he is something else. He is
I'm
something.
telling you.
I love Guy. Anyway,
Yeah.
how'd you think you did? Your
I think I
sin
did
bin
all right.
virgin. How do you think you did?
Yeah. I think I did all right. I hopefully the chat
I think the chat will love
enjoyed
you.
it.
You got this nice female voice. I think the chat's gonna absolutely love you.
Well, I am lovable.
You are. You absolutely are. I think a lot of them are gonna
But
fall in love with you. You better be
oh,
careful. They listen to my
yeah.
nasally ass voice, and then they hear your angelic voice. Your voice sounds like Enya mixed with Fergie, but only sexier.
Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome.
It was a lot of fun.
You want to answer the last question?
What is the last question?
He says, Wolverine says, okay, here is a coronavirus question. I haven't read it ahead of time. Should the Habs offer Sheet Barzal? Okay, I'll take this one. Yes, and maybe a hint of yes. I love Matthew Barzal. He's one of my favorite players in the NHL, and I don't care if he's not putting up Connor McDavid numbers. I don't care if he's not putting up Artemi Panarin numbers. Matthew Barzal could be the most dominant player in the league if they took the reins off of him. But the fact of the matter is, Barry Trotz and the Lou Lamoriello system, it's very defensive. It's defense first. And they tell
Yeah.
that to Matthew Barzal. They say, don't cheat. Don't cheat. You got to make sure you're the first man back. You got to take on some of those defensive responsibilities. But with that being said, if you look at his importance on the New York Islanders, I would definitely offer sheet him and give him a real fucking offer sheet. You know, none of this $2 million. No, give him, if you're going to go for it, go for it. I will tell you one caveat though. If they are going to offer sheet Matt Barzal, and I'm assuming it's going to be for more than 7 million, we're looking at maybe
Yeah.
8 or 9 million, you're going to have to give away this year's number one pick. Do you want to do that in a year that this is supposed to be the draft to rule all drafts, the best draft since 2003? So I think I just talked myself out of it. No, listen, I want to keep that draft. I want to keep that draft pick. What do you think? Did you die?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just talking to somebody and I lost my train of thought.
You now, for
Um,
people who don't know, Terry's a Winnipeg fan. Is that right?
yes.
And you have
Um,
quite the attraction for Dustin Bufflin. You think he's cute.
yeah, sad that he's giving up and with hockey, but
I gotta
um
say, you might be the first and only person I've ever seen to find Dustin Bufflin attractive. What attracts you to him? The smell of curry?
you're so sad. Um no, I just like his personality and the way that he's able to roughhouse players on the ice. Sometimes two at once. Shake them like little rag dolls.
So you like it rough. You like it when they're rough.
Oh, I knew you were gonna get it sick, you twisted bugger.
Hey, listen, whatever floats your boat. I don't judge. If you think Dustin Bufflin's hot, hey, it's your choice. Hey, he's in Winnipeg. He's been chilling out, not playing hockey. So maybe, who knows? He's on Tinder. You can go.
Yeah, he's not playing.
He's not playing. You say you must be
God.
sad of that.
No, I got my man, so it's okay.
You got okay. That's right, because you're dating.
That's right.
So, do you want to get into that, or you're not in the mood?
I thought you were gonna end the stream.
Yeah, but now it just got
Now he wants to
interesting. I
talk
have a
about my
whole
love
bunch of
life.
questions. I have a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah, but what?
Well, how did you meet your man? What's his name? Does he
Oh
look
God.
like does he look like Dustin Bufflin? Does he smell like
No.
Dustin Bufflin? Hopefully not. Stuff like that.
No, he smells better.
Is he as handsome as PK, as Joe says? I don't think PK Subban's attractive. I don't.
He's handsome
You do find him handsome.
than anybody in the
You
world.
think that PK Subban is more handsome than anybody?
No, I'm talking about my guy.
Oh, your guy. What does he
Yes.
look like if you had to describe him or like compare him to someone?
Um,
Does he look like Connor Hellebuck?
Well, he's tall,
He's tall.
and he was in martial art.
Wolverine. Oh, this is good. Since there's a lady, send in
Lord.
your questions if you want to see which players are attractive, because Wolverine is saying, ask her if she thinks Brendan Gallagher is hot. So do you think Brendan
No.
Gallagher is? No. That's a hard no. Is it because of the shortness?
No, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. Certain people, they just. I just don't get.
You
Like-
don't get him. He's very. You know, one thing about Gallagher, he has this low center of gravity. He's very well built. Do you like men that are nice and well built and shapely?
No,
You don't.
no.
You like them when they're pudgy and out of shape.
Squishy.
Squishy. Is it because you get stressed sometimes and it's like you need a stress ball, so you start squishing them?
Something like that.
Penny McDonald. She's in the chat. She says hi.
Hi, Penny.
Hi, Penny. How are you? Again, this is your last chance to send in questions. She says Gallagher is so hot. So there's a little bit of competition here, or a little bit of a discrepancy here. What did you say of PK Subban?
No, I don't like it.
Okay, how about Alvin? He's asking about Phil Kessel. Is he any
Oh,
good?
good Lord.
No.
He reminds me of, like, he's rough too, but he's
But he is pudgy, so you should like him.
yeah, but there's a different kind of pudgy. He's got the wrong like, I don't like his attitude.
His attitude, yeah. Do you like his hair? Because he gets like those
No.
strands.
It's like he never combs it.
That's right. That's right.
Like he just wakes up every day with bedhead.
Lucic. Alvin was here, says Lucic with the blonde hair is my dude. How about Lucic? How would you rank him? 1 to 10. 10 being very handsome and 1 being Danny DeVito.
I said 5.
A 5? Wow.
5, 6, maybe.
How about Wayne Simmons?
Hmm.
Well, don't think too
About a
much
6.
about it. A 6?
Mhm.
How about...
I don't
go ahead. What don't you like?
rating people is so mean and cruel.
It's not mean because I'm asking you about it. Wolverine says, what about the Tkachuk brothers?
Oh, they're right there about a 7.
Really? Even Brady? I mean, Brady's an ugly dude.
Well, he's about maybe a 5.5.
Brady looks like did you ever see Talladega Nights? The Ricky Bobby
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah.
He looks like Ricky Bobby's friend, the one who kept coming in second place. Anyway, he's
I used to
gnarly.
like I used to like Ty Domi.
Really? So
Yeah.
let me ask you. You used to like Ty Domi. What do you think of Max Domi?
I think he's a lot like his dad,
Really?
but I think worse.
Worse? You think Ty is more attractive than Max?
Oh no, not that way, but his ruthlessness and behavior. Yeah.
His behavior, yeah. He has a short temper. He has a short
Very,
temper.
very short.
Yeah, the dude from Step Brothers, that's him. Penny McDonald, she seems to like PK. Says he's really cute. Pacioretty is nice. I like him too. What about Pacioretty?
I'd give him about a 7.
About a 7. Not bad. Did you know someone once said, I look like if Carey Price and Pacioretty had a baby, and that baby became overweight and drunk, and one day got too drunk and got hit by a bus?
That's terrible.
I took it as a compliment. Reed Bisson says, imagine the virus got on video game. The virus got on video game you get on NHL 20, and it says the season is suspended.
Yeah.
Oh,
I honestly, I think somebody is going to. There will be some idiot out there that will make a coronavirus that it will somehow you gotta fight that germ.
yes.
You know, your team has to hunt it and fight it, and they'll.
Listen.
I could just see it now.
Listen. We have the most important question of all. Did you see it in the chat yet?
No, I can't see the chat. I'm on the
Okay,
phone.
then I'll read it to you. Don't
Thank
you move
you.
a muscle. Don't you move a muscle. Wolverine, because we're asking, which players, he's asking, what about, there's this guy called Matt. By the way.
You mean as in Matt Kazar?
Yes, and don't say my full name. Don't say my full name.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, sorry.
Feel free not to answer the question, because I don't want your tall, pudgy boy. Is he pudgy? Is he pudgy?
He's a little bit squishy.
Fat muscle. It's fat muscle. I don't want him to come beat me up, so feel free not to answer the question. But go ahead.
Yeah, see, he's my squishy type.
No. That wasn't the question. Wolverine was asking about me.
Well, I used to call, and occasionally I still do, my Canadian cutie.
Yes. Well, you can't do that anymore because you're.
Oh, yes, I do. I still. He knows that. And he doesn't. And that's one thing about him. That I like. He doesn't try to change me because, like, when I'm in chat, I always say hello to my lovelies and stuff like that, and I send little hearts and emojis and stuff. He doesn't want me changing my personality like that.
That's a very good quality, I might have to say, because a lot of these boyfriend types, they're very overbearing. And a lot of these girlfriend types, they're very overbearing. So that's really good. So if to answer your question, Wolverine, that's a hard yes. She says I look like the Canadian George Clooney. She says I'm the Canadian Clooney. Or Cutie, sorry. So there you go. Even Penny, Penny says I'm not half bad either. Thank you. I'm trying to go to the gym, working on my quadriceps and whatnot. So there you go. How about we're gonna end it right now? I have a lot of work.
Yeah.
You're getting tired. Good. I can hear it in your voice.
Yes. I had a medical procedure done today. Yeah, I had a rough day today. Yeah. So I'm gonna eat some dinner and turn in early because I am exhausted.
Yeah. Well, let me say you're exhausted, but your voice is as sexy as ever. So I would like to thank you for bringing that
Thank
voice
you.
onto the show. And I'm
Thank you for
sure
having me.
it's the first and not the last time. So thank you to Terry Ann. And without further ado, I would like to thank Reed. I would like to thank Penny, Joe, Alvin, all of you guys who join in, Jordan, Scotty, who was in here for a little bit. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I think we had a great time. This podcast will replace Friday's podcast. I am unavailable Friday, so pretend this is the Friday's podcast. But the normal schedule for the Sinbin Hockey podcast, we're going to be doing it Friday. And yes, Terry does need a podcast on the channel just ranking players. We're going to do it again when you have more energy. Because this is a good idea.
Yeah.
Jake and I always wanted to bring a gay guy to rate it, but I guess now that we have a girl, that's the same thing. So thank you for all of you.
Okay.
Thank you. Make sure to follow the link in the description, and that's our Discord link. Okay.
And don't forget to subscribe.
Subscribe. And without further ado, my name is Matt. God, my mouth
And
looks
I'm
like
Terry.
ants. This is Terry.